Hello, world. We're coming to you live today from Dallas, Texas, the Curtis Caldwell Arena, folks, and we have an amazing game for you today. We've got the Los Angeles Ballers taking on the undefeated Atlanta Ballers. And, folks, this is going to be a ball game. This LA team came back last game revamped, re-energized. Jello Ball making his debut with a triple-double, 53-point triple-double to be exact. Melo Ball with a triple-double of his own. 171 points put on the board from this LA team. But I will tell you that this Atlanta team, who's undefeated, has two guys who can score the ball as well. Nigel Chaney averaging 34 points a game. Jordan Ray averaging 27 points a game. And the beautiful thing about this Atlanta team is they hang their hat on defense, folks. This is going to be a game that you do not want to miss. My name is Alan Bell, a.k.a. AB the Hero. I'm here with my main man, Brandon Williams. Brandon, are you excited about tonight's game?
I'm feeling really good. I wasn't at the last one. I was taking a little time, spending some time with my family. But back at this one, like you just mentioned, this Atlanta team, very stoked, 5-0. Can they get to 6-0? I've been talking to some of the players on both sides, and this LA team, as you mentioned, revamped. LiAngelo Ball, 53 points in his debut. That is an amazing opening for anyone. I don't care what level it is. And if you talk to this Atlanta team, we talked to Coach Coach Douglas Bird and Jesse Bird. They're not looking for 171 points to be put on them. So I'm excited to see exactly how they're going to take this fast-paced LA team. And also, this Atlanta team's no slouch as well. They both like to go up-tempo. See if they can do some trapping there in the half court as well. So it's going to be very excited to see what these two teams bring tonight here in Dallas.
Definitely. And this game is going to feature a lot of very, very good guard play. But, folks, don't underestimate the big men who are showing up in tonight's game. Demba Timbo, who started the season with this LA team, will be breaking into the starting lineup for the Atlanta team, going head-to-head with Melvin Davis. Then you've got Greg Floyd, who was a guy earlier in the season, had 33 points, 33 rebounds. He'll be going ahead with big Corey Boyd, a.k.a. Big Jelly. And so down in the paint, there's going to be some matchups there. I think you're right. The key to this game will be if this Atlanta team can force the pace to be played very, very fast, and if this LA team can turn on the rocket boosters and then take it to the next level.
Well, you mentioned the two bigs, Demba Timbo and then Melvin Davis for the LA Ballers. And I talked to Demba for his last game down in Houston. And what he told me was that he enjoys playing with this team. He feels like it suits him a little bit more than he did with the LA team. Very interesting. I talked to Melvin right before a tip-off in the shoot-around, and he said that he enjoys playing with this team. He feels like it suits his strengths more. He's a guy that you like to call a unicorn. He likes to go inside, but he also likes to go outside, shoot the three. With this up-tempo, fast-paced style that LA likes to run, you never know when you're going to get the ball, where you're going to get the ball. And for someone like Demba, who's not necessarily the three-point shooter, Melvin can stretch it out from the three-point line, mid-range, wherever, and he can score the ball as well. So it's the dynamic between these two bigs is definitely something I want to keep an eye on, especially those watching at home. So we're going to see how it works out tonight.
Definitely. And talking with Coach Doyle Balazar for the LA Ballers, one of the things that they love about Big Melvin Davis is he's their enforcer now. And like you said, before the game, he was shooting. All of these players were out here getting ready for tonight's game. Let's check out warm-ups. Hello, everybody. We are coming to you live today from Dallas, Texas, the Curtis Caldwell Center. We have a matchup for you today that you all have been waiting for. Everybody in this building is super excited about today's matchup. The Atlanta Ballers, undefeated, the only undefeated team in this inaugural season of the Junior Basketball Association left, taking on the Los Angeles Ballers. the team that everybody talks about. When they play, everybody shows up to watch. Everybody in the building is excited, and they've got some new faces on that squad. The biggest face, LiAngelo Ball, opened up in his debut game, 53 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. 53-point triple-double, like you mentioned earlier, is nothing to it's a feat no matter where. If you was at the YMCA, you dropped 53 points in a triple-double, you're a baller. Well, to do that in the JBA, you're an extra baller.
Well, speaking with someone who loves to score the ball, I mean, I can't say I've ever put up 53 points, but like you just mentioned, I mean, that's definitely nothing to sneeze at. I don't care what level of basketball that you play on. And I expect both of these teams to put up a ton of points, maybe not 171, but I do expect this Atlanta team to give this LA team everything they've been giving everyone else to make them this 5. I've mentioned this many, many times. That essentially is the only thing that he's not doing well so far. And I talked to him earlier. He says, I'm feeling good, B. I know what I'm going to make it rain tonight. So we'll see what happens specifically with him as well as the rest of this team. But for what it's worth, this is the game that I had circled down. I had a lot of games circled, but for sure, I got a star, check, square, everything for this game. I can't wait to see how it's going to go down tonight, AB.
Definitely. And we got this Atlanta team entering the building right now. And like I mentioned, the beautiful thing about this Atlanta team is, yes, they've got Nigel Chaney, who is shooting 10, 11 three-pointers a night at 50% from the field. Jordan Ray, who is right behind him, shooting 8 to 9 three-pointers a night from 40% from the three-point land. But this is a team, when you talk to the coach or you talk to anybody who's been watching the Junior Basketball Association this season, they will let you know that that's a defensive squad. They can light it up on the offensive end, but where they're going to hang their hats on is defense. So this is a matchup between two teams who are noted for being on the opposite ends of the spectrum. This LA team wants to score 1,000,000 points. This Atlanta team wants to hold you to 0 points if they can. So I'm excited to see what that matchup looks like. And I know if anybody can stick with this pace of this LA team, it's going to be these Atlanta ballers.
Absolutely. You know, when I asked Coach Douglas Byrd in training camp, I said, Coach, what's your style of play? He says, well, we like to play fast. That's the first thing that came out of his mouth. So not just playing fast, but also, like you mentioned, locking it down on the defensive end as well. And there's going to come a time in this game where they're going to switch it up. I don't know when, but they'll play 94 feet, but they also have a certain defensive set where they're going to see some half-court trapping, and it is one that you have to witness yourself. Watching it on TV or watching it on your mobile device does not do it any justice if you're not seeing exactly how these guys are getting after it on the defensive end with this Atlanta Ballers team. They absolutely lock you up and frustrate you on the defensive end, and they come at you in waves. And I mentioned it, you know, you got 7 players, 7 deep players. Every last one of these players has something to bring to this Atlanta squad. So this LA team, they're feeling good getting their first win in quite some time, but it's not going to be easy if they want to continue this winning streak that they're on.
Definitely, this is going to be a challenge. And as we mentioned earlier, this LA team has some new faces. Obviously, LiAngelo Ball being one of the big additions, but they have K-Mac. Kashawn Mack from Long Beach, California, a guy who played some solid minutes for them in their last game. Gave them a cool 9 points. All right, folks, let's take some time for the national anthem, and we will be back. folks, once again, we're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas, Garland, Texas to be exact, at the Curtis Caldwell Center. We have an epic game tonight for you. The undefeated Atlanta Ballers taking on the Los Angeles Ballers, who are 3-2, looking to move up the standings to solidify that second place spot with a win tonight. Atlanta trying to keep that O. LA is saying, hey, bro, your O gotta go.
Well, if they want that to happen, AB, they're definitely going to have to give maximum effort. This Atlanta team is just not going to lay down and say, oh, well, we're 5-0, we can take one loss. They want to take all their games. They want to be undefeated and go after that card. So we're going to see exactly how both of these teams start. You know, I've been critical on Jordan Ray specifically about some of his slow starts, because they're going to need him, especially with this team, to go to get a hot start right out the gate.
Let's take a look here at the standings. As you see, Atlanta at the top, undefeated. One of the things that you should look for, too, with this Los Angeles team, right? I spoke with Coach Doyle Balazar after their last game, because I noticed LaMelo at halftime had like 2 points and 9 assists almost at halftime of the last game. So I wanted to see what was the difference. As a guy who has been earlier in the season, they're so offensive, has kind of been a heavy, high-volume shooter. What was the difference? And they switched him to a point guard for this team now. So right now he's playing the true point guard position with them, and they have moved Niles Malone off to the shooting guard. So expect to see LaMelo Ball as a facilitator, a heavy facilitator for tonight's ball game.
We got the tip. Right out the gate, AB.
Right off the gate, this Los Angeles team is on the board. See Los Angeles in that trap. Jordan Ray trying to get it going from the outside as well. Melvin Davis kicks it around the LaMelo Ball, and like I said, he's playing the point guard for them, so expect to see a lot of facilitation from him as he gets an assist from Jello Ball.
You see, it didn't take Jello long as well. If you give him any type of room, AB, he is going to knock it down. I can guarantee you that, especially if his feet are set.
We got it.
Now, one thing this Atlanta team can ill afford to do, they're going to have to make sure that they get back. You know, we've talked about this LA team, they play a very unconventional style in terms of how they do their defense. You know, they're not really concerned with stopping you as much as making sure they can get those outlet passes, whether you score or they get the rebound. Either way, so you have to have a head on a swivel.
Yes. Kind of the key to that is they really want to limit you to one shot. They want you to have your one shot, take it, but they want to make sure they're getting the board and having somebody out on the break to get a bucket on the back end.
Absolutely.
See Jello going to work in the post here, off the glass, in and out.
Well, he's being guarded right there by some baby glove Butler, who's going to give Jello, whoever he guards, anything that he has, everything he has.
Hopefully this LA team wants to win. I know that their scouting report says, whatever you do, don't let Nigel Chaney get open. All right, folks, so like I mentioned, we're here coming to you live from the Curtis Caldwell Center in Dallas, Texas. You know where we're at. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We want to give you some shout-outs.
Let's see if we can get a couple right here. They're coming in very fast. We have Daniel Forrest from Florida. Juiced Up Big coming in from Providence, Rhode Island. Shout out to Providence, Rhode Island.
His name is Juiced Up Big?
That's what it says here, AB.
All right, I like it. Melvin Davis, the turnover.
We got Twan from Naptown.
Naptown's finest. What's up, Circle City?
That's your area.
It's the stomping grounds. All right, Xavier Johnson with a pass to Ison Butler. Big block there from the Los Angeles Ballers.
Melvin Davis told him to get that shot out of here, AB.
And that's what they want from him. They've got him as their enforcer right now down below. They want to have a team who is playing with intense energy and doing everything they can to contest shots and get boards.
Well, AB, you mentioned that Coach Douglas Byrd may be willing to utilize his timeouts very quickly. This might be one of those situations where he might have to spin one real quick if this LA team continues to get stops, but not just get stops. As LaMelo Ball hits one from way outside.
As you mentioned, you said he was warmed up and was ready for the day.
Hey, he came straight at me and said, hey, B, make sure you shot me out tonight. I'm knocking him down. And he splashed it right there from the top of the key.
Right now with these Los Angeles Ballers up 11-0, it's not looking good out of the gate for these Atlanta Ballers.
Well, I stress that this Atlanta team can ill afford, as we have a turnover right here. They've gone down in some of their games before. If you get down against this LA team, it is tough sledding to try to get back, especially if they're clicking on all cylinders like they have been.
Jello with the rebound. Melo in the lane. LaMelo tried to put Demba on that's not even a poster, that's a billboard. We would have needed something much bigger for that.
Well, you see Demba looked at him and was like, hey, you must be crazy.
Demba said, I'm 7-1, man. All right, Jello Ball with another point.
Well, we mentioned that Coach Douglas Byrd said that he is not looking to give up 171 points. Well, if that's the case, he's definitely on the wrong side of the calculations, because right now this LA team is definitely on pace. If this level of play continues from this Los Angeles team, they're going to run this Atlanta team off the floor if they don't make some adjustments quick.
Nigel Chaney inbounding. Hollywood Ray.
We have a play set right here from Atlanta. Nice little UCLA cut right there.
That right there is what this Los Angeles team doesn't want you to do. They don't want you to extend the possession with boards. When they revamped this roster, that was a catalyst for it. They were looking at the rebound totals, and they just were not happy with it. Jello Ball.
You know, we talked about just the efficiency that he has, the ability to just light it up here, and I can guarantee you that if this Atlanta team cannot find him as he's wide open right now, it's going to be a long night, because he's not going to miss too many of those. I can promise you that.
It's not looking good right now for this Atlanta squad. Undefeated team here, but they have been down before.
They have.
The things that we've seen from them in their first game or second game versus Philadelphia, they were down by about 20.
Well, as quickly as LA can go up and put up buckets in bunches, this Atlanta team can do the exact same thing. That's a travel right there. Oh, no. I thought they caught him on there. Looked like he tipped that ball twice to himself, but I guess they missed it.
Greg Floyd heading to the free throw line for the Los Angeles Ballers. All right, folks. So let us know right now, who do you got? Who are you taking to win this game? As we look at the score, Los Angeles Ballers leading 18-0. I didn't expect this start.
I did not expect this, AB. I'll be honest with you.
I did not expect this start, folks. But we're coming to you live today from Dallas, Texas, Curtis Caldwell Center. My name is Alan Bell, a.k.a. @AB the Hero. I'm here with my main man, Brandon Williams, talking with Fresh. And, folks, we're watching the Atlanta Ballers, a team who has been undefeated so far right now in this Junior Basketball Association, take on the Los Angeles team who is on a 2-game losing streak, made some changes to their roster, and they've come back as a force of nature, scoring 171 points in their last ball game. Right now, it's looking like they might be on pace to do that again.
Well, what I can say is I do like, in a lot of ways, what Coach Douglas Byrd is doing. You know, sometimes you don't want to get to a situation where you're panicking. Right now, these last few possessions that Atlanta's had, they've had some good looks. They've just missed them. I mean, that's really what it is. So, you don't want to start panicking and calling timeouts sometimes as coaches. You got to have the pulse of your team. He knows his team. They're 5-0 for a reason. So, see if this team can kind of get out of this little funk so far.
That's one of the interesting things. A lot of folks think that this Los Angeles team doesn't play defense, but their strategy is to let you get a shot, contest it. If you miss it, they want to get the board and get out on the break. So
absolutely.
They want you to shoot it quickly so they can get the board and then begin to run.
Big Jelly Corey Boyd is set to check into the game with the next dead ball.
It's like I've heard LeVar say, they play more defense than anybody because they have more possessions.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. But, yes, I would be very critical on a lot of other teams if I saw anybody else, giving up 140 points or whatever the case may be. But being that the strategy behind it is what it is, it's very hard for me to criticize, mainly because this is what they're looking for.
Yeah.
It's very unconventional. It's probably not the way that I would do it. However, it's been very effective for LeVar as he's coached his boys using the same system their entire lives. They won a national championship in basketball with Chino Hills running this exact same system. So it's been very effective for quite some time.
Michael Martin believes Atlanta will pull out the lemon pepper seasoning and get it going tonight.
With the seasoning and the sauce. Wow.
Hey, he already knows. I got a feeling that this Atlanta team will not be down by this much longer. There it is, though. You see Big Melvin Davis contesting the shot. Big Jelly unable to get the sauce to drop in. All right, Nigel Chaney dribbling up, finds Ison Butler. Pulls up from the outside. This is the thing. This is what this Atlanta team doesn't need to do, is get into these quick possessions. Niles Malone, Newski from the outside, nothing but net.
Newski representing Oaktown. I was shooting around with this LA team earlier, and I mentioned, Melo said he was going to be, expecting to light it up today, but not just him, but Niles Malone. He came into the gym with the backpack on, hit the first 7 or 8 3-point shots that he took with the backpack. So don't be surprised if he's on fire tonight as well.
Also, folks, this press here, this is going to test the conditioning of both of these teams. Both of these teams playing with only 7 players tonight, as Ja'Cory Hall is not with the Atlanta Ballers this evening. And the Los Angeles team has yet to add an additional player since their roster revamp. Got a timeout here with 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. Los Angeles Ballers leading 26-2 over the Atlanta Ballers. Folks, we did not see this coming this afternoon, and I'm interested to hear what Coach Douglas Byrd is going to tell his team in that huddle. Looks like I know that he's got some words of wisdom for them and some life advice.
Oh, absolutely. He definitely has.
Excellent. Hey, let's keep our foot on their neck. Keep our foot on their neck. Look, we coming out. Power, Jello. No, but we need to get that. We're coming out in the set. We don't run it right now. Come out in this set right now. Let's run this. Power to Jello. Get it to him on the block. That's our ball. We got to come down and get it. That's what I'm saying. One set. Let's run this set right here. Power to Jello. Look low. You the point. All right, you at the wing. Give him a good pass into the post, either side. Let's go get him, boys. Come on, back at it.
Right.
Back at it. Let's keep our foot on
You heard Coach Balazar say, let's keep our foot on their neck. Before this game, I told him, I said, man, I talked to these Atlanta players and coaches, and they feeling pretty confident. And he said, you know what boxers say, right? Everybody got a plan until they get punched in their face. And he said, we'll see how they feel after we punch them in the face.
Well, I like what he said with the putting the foot on the neck. I've mentioned this to you probably in the last broadcast that, that's the style that you have to have that same mentality. You cannot let up no matter what. No matter at any point in the game. It's only 6 minutes and 14 seconds left in this first quarter. There's plenty of basketball to go. This Atlanta team can go on a run just as quickly as LA has. As you heard what Coach Doyle Balthazar said, he wants to run power. They got the ball to Cello.
LaMelo with the
ball.
no look.
With the no-look pass.
Melo out here getting saucy early. Hey, somebody get that saucy counter. I got a feeling.
It might be hot tonight.
The sauce is going to be dripping all over the place.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm at to turn your attention to as Mr. Ezekiel Elliott has just walked into the building.
Ezekiel Elliott, Big Zeke, running back for the Dallas Cowboys. In the building right now, holding it down for D-Town, the Ohio State University.
LaMelo ball is just
Melo's limping
right now. He's going to have to come out.
All right, Marquise Reed, Rancho Cucamonga, checking in. All right, this Atlanta team looking to get it going here. Big Jelly driving to the basket. Melvin Davis still being the enforcer for this Los Angeles squad. Niles Malone.
Newski representing Oaktown. I told y'all, he came in with the backpack on, AB, and he was lighting it up. He's not going to slow down. I can promise you that.
You got Nigel Chaney open there, but Big Jelly unable to get him the ball. Niles Malone driving. Ison Butler with strong defense. Xavier Johnson down low, strong finish through two Los Angeles Ballers. One of the things that we got to see this Atlanta team start doing, and it's been their bread and butter all season, is that defense turning into transition offense, where you have Ison Butler ripping somebody, then finding Nigel Chaney on the wing for a three. Like right now, that would have been a dish off to Nigel Chaney, who would have pulled it.
Corey Boyd is really struggling right now. He's made some very questionable plays early on. Too much dribbling. That's not how you're going to beat this LA team. You got to move the ball. The ball always moves faster than the dribble. He has to get back to that.
That is one of the things that this Los Angeles team is just quicksand sometimes. They'll get you playing their style, start to picking up pace, start to doing things the way that they do them, and it just doesn't work for everybody.
Look at Ison Baby Glove Butler all up in. Now it's Malone right face.
Looks like we got a three in the key call.
Xavier Johnson caught in the lane just for a little bit too long away from his man.
All right, folks. Right now, this Atlanta team is struggling. If you were coaching this Atlanta team, what would you tell them right now if you're Coach Douglas Byrd? Let us know in the comments. We got a lot of folks, as I can see, who are basketball aficionados. Give us your coaching breakdown for this Atlanta team. With 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in this first quarter, we've got the Los Angeles Ballers taking on the Atlanta Ballers live from the Curtis Caldwell Center in Dallas, Texas. Big Corey Boyd out on the break. Pulled it back. I thought he was going to go up for a layup there. Right now, this Atlanta team is unable to find Nigel Chaney on the wing. Los Angeles is leaving him open, but they're just unable to find him at times.
Well, I'll be honest with you, AB. You mentioned, what would you do or how would you combat this, what LA is doing. That's the frustrating thing about when you play a team that plays this particular style. They get you playing the way that they want you to play, which is very fast. This Atlanta team hasn't even gotten a chance to operate a set.
David Johnson able to draw contact going to the free throw line. All right, folks, let us know where you're tuning in from and who you're here to watch. In all of these games, a lot of these players have gotten a ton of support from you folks in the comments section. Let us know who's your player, who's your guy. And if you're feeling very froggy, let us know why. All right, score right now, 34-7. Los Angeles Ballers lead the Atlanta Ballers. Undefeated Atlanta team right now, down by a big margin.
All right, looks like Melo is feeling much better. He's back into the game with the light blue MB1s on his feet.
DeMarcus Smith says the first thing Atlanta needs to do is take the big man out of the game. You think the small ball is the answer here? Should they try to pick up the pace here, or should they be trying to slow it down?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. That's a hard question to answer, AB, and the reason why I say that is because on the offensive end, they do need to slow it down a little bit. And for someone like Corey Boyd, if they can get the ball to him inside, maybe on the block, especially with looks like Melvin Davis is out of the game. He was the one that was causing a ton of problems for this Atlanta team because he was basically just an enforcer for them as Nigel Chaney, if he can get it going. But that's the issue. So you have to knock this LA team out early, because once you let them start rolling the way they have, it is very hard to slow them down.
Miles Malone out in transition, pulling up. All right, here's the Atlanta squad that we know. Just trying to slow it down here. Double team from the Los Angeles. Big Jelly with a saucy move of his own, unable to finish at the rim. There's a lid on the basket right now for this Atlanta team. This is looking like it's just not their night.
Well, it really isn't. And having the additional player that they had, 7 players against this LA team is very difficult. Because I can already see this Atlanta team. There's a lot of them, they're pretty tired. So it's gonna be a gut checkup for these players for the rest of this first half.
All right, Melo from the outside. All right. Hollywood Ray splashes one right back. That's what this Atlanta needs to see, a couple of these three-pointers going down.
He's going to have to get it going for this Atlanta team.
Jordan Ray is a player that, all right, let's check this last shot out here. Cash. Jordan Ray is a player for this Atlanta team who has got off to some slow starts in a lot of these ball games, but has turned it on late in these games. So I expect to maybe see some of that from him tonight, as this whole entire Atlanta team has actually gotten off to a slow start. But I'm expecting him to erupt here shortly.
Well, I'll tell you what, he is definitely one of the fire starters for this team. And when he does get it going, you can see the body language from him. He gets a very intense look on his face, and everybody else feeds off of that.
Jello with a step back. Miles Malone from the outside.
So we have an over-the-back call here. And Marquise Reed.
All right, Atlanta Ballers inbounding the ball. Ison Butler, Nigel Chaney. Los Angeles team still trapping. Jordan Ray looking to get a set started. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Turnover. Marquise Reed, Rancho Cucamonga, late addition for this Los Angeles team.
He's got some bounce, AB. I was watching him in warm-ups earlier, and he had some dunks that, you know, almost had me jumping out of my seat, just sitting there watching him.
K-Mac, Long Beach finds Jello with a beautiful no-look pass. 41-11 right now. 17 seconds left to go in this first quarter. This game is getting a little out of hand, folks.
Looks like the big baller is happy.
All right. Let's see, folks.
All right, guys, so we have a timeout on the court to see what Douglas Byrd is going to say.
You can't advance the ball until we get possession of it, okay? Stay off the sideline. Get in the middle, okay? The middle is wide open. I'm watching the whole thing, and we keep going to the sideline, middle wide open. You got to be able to do it. Hey, you just got to defend, okay? Let's go. Pass fake. Defend on 1, 2, 3, finish.
All right, folks. Right now, Los Angeles Ballers leading 41-11 over this Atlanta team, shooting 9% from behind the arc.
We're not used to seeing that.
That's never happened before.
Well, one thing that Douglas Byrd said in that timeout was, you know, the way to attack this Los Angeles. Well, I'll talk about it, you know, after this break.
That was the end of the first quarter. Los Angeles Ballers leading 41, Atlanta Ballers 11. Coming to you live from the Curtis Caldwell Center here in Dallas, Texas, Garland, Texas to be exact. This is a game between the undefeated Atlanta Ballers and the Los Angeles team, who was struggling for a little bit, revamped their lineup, and has came back looking like a brand new squad. I'm excited about this Los Angeles team. I know that a lot of these other teams right now are very afraid, though.
Well, as they should be, honestly. I mean, we talked about it, you know, Jello and some of these other players that came, you know, Melvin Davis, they've injected new life into this LA team. You know, they're playing even faster than what they already were. You know, they're getting, you know, rebounds, or they're moving the ball in the way that Coach Doyle Baltazar wants to play. And you know, if this is foreshadowing of what we'll see for the remaining, you know, the rest of the JBA league needs to really take notice. As LeVar right now is greeting a lot of these Dallas Cowboys players who came out. They showed up, AB. I thought it was just Zeke Elliott, but now we got like 3 or 4 other players in the building as well.
Yeah, we also got Aqib Talib over there as well. The Aqib Talib, Kansas University.
You never know who's going to show up at a JBA game, guys.
Star-studded event here in Dallas, Texas.
We've had some celebrities, you know, so far that have really come out and supported us. You know, they're definitely down with, you know, pushing the culture forward, you know,
for sure.
Seeing what the brand is doing. So
right now,
definitely appreciate the love.
This Atlanta team has 11 turnovers and 11 points.
There's absolutely no way you can win a ball game like that. I don't care what sport it is.
Absolutely no way. So after one quarter, LiAngelo Ball with 14 points. Miles Malone with 9 points. LaMelo with 6 boards, 2 assists, and 8 points of his own. Xavier Johnson with 6 points for the Atlanta squad, leading them.
You know, that wasn't a terrible possession. You know, the first thing they did was they broke the press and they got into a half-court set. You know, this Atlanta team is talented enough to where they can do that, but right now they have to get rebounds, secure the ball, which they failed to do right there.
You mentioned rebounds. I talked with Coach Doyle Balazar before this game. He said that before their last game where they scored 171 points, they had been out-rebounded by about 20 boards a game prior to making some of those roster changes. And right now they're up by 20 rebounds versus this Atlanta squad. Jordan Ray being guarded by Jello Ball. Nigel Chaney, as soon as he touches it, double team. Big Jelly is unable to get the jelly on the toast this evening.
Well, this is what happened right there. First of all, when that trap came, they did an excellent job of getting the ball to the middle, just like Coach Douglas Bird mentioned. Jelly attacked, but he had Xavier Johnson wide open and just didn't. He tried to go one-on-one. You can't. That's not the way that you attack this zone. So they're going to have to play a lot smarter here if they even want to have any shot at getting back into this game.
All right, Ison Butler kicks it across court to Jordan Ray. Nigel Chaney driving, unable to finish. Xavier Johnson with the board, but tosses it out of bounds. Cross-court pass from LaMelo Ball to Greg Floyd.
LaMelo threw that pass like he was Tom Brady, AB.
He threw it like he was Tony Romo, man. We in Dallas.
Hey, I'm not sure if Tony has that type of arm strength, to be honest with you.
He got that accuracy, though.
He does.
All right. Jello Ball. Two-handed flush out in transition. This Atlanta team, this is going to show their character right now, because right now this game is looking bad. 47 points to 13. We're going to see what this Atlanta team's heart is.
Well, not just that. I'm going to tell you what else it's going to do, AB. As LiAngelo Ball is just lighting them up, layup and dunks right after another. It's going to humble them. It's going to humble them as well.
But that right there, what we just seen, Ison Butler going 1-on-2, driving to the rack, is not what we're used to seeing from this Atlanta team. What we would have seen in the past from Ison Butler is him bring it down there and then find Nigel Chaney in transition for a wide open three-pointer. That has yet to happen for this Atlanta team.
Well, I'm reading Nigel Chaney's lips right now, and he's talking to Coach Douglas Bird, and he says, we're not playing together. He is exactly right. You just mentioned it. Ison Butler going 1-on-2. He has never done that in the 5 games that they've won. He's been an exceptional facilitator. He has gotten Nigel Chaney wide open shots. He's helped him be that sniper that he's been so far this season. So at some point in this game, even if they don't even come back, they're going to have to at least come back together and be the same team that they were that allowed them to be 5-0.
Folks in the comments believe that there must be something wrong with that Atlanta rim. I think at halftime I'm going to go check it out, man, because it must be slanted, leaning, or something.
It's not, because I was down there with Niles Malone earlier, and I was giving them straight buckets. No, I was giving them straight buckets.
If you was shooting on that rim, throwing them bricks over there, that's probably why it's all bent up, out of shape. Okay.
Straight splashes. That's all I do, man.
Let us know in the comment section right now if you think you could take Brandon one-on-one. He's talking a lot of stuff about splashes.
Well, I'm not. Oh,
Melo pulling up.
I told you,
way out of there.
He talked to me before the game. He said, "Hey, make sure you shout me out, B. I'm feeling good today."
Fionn Brown, the board, unable to get the putback. Melvin Davis getting the break started. As you see, this is what this Atlanta team has to get into. In transition, they're throwing the ball up the court. Los Angeles That ball didn't take a dribble. That whole
That's what Atlanta
possession.
needs to do. Right now, you're trying to dribble. You're dribbling it right into the trap. That was a good pass. Good hands there by LaMelo Ball to get that block. But the more that this Atlanta team dribbles the ball, that was a nice little jelly
That's a
right
beautiful.
there. But the more
Lot
this
of sauce
Atlanta
right
team
now
tries to dribble this
from
ball,
LaMelo Ball.
they're just killing themselves. As Ison Butler is doing exactly the opposite of what I'm telling him to do, which obviously he can't hear me, but
I think he can hear you. There you go. That's Melvin Davis right there, the enforcer right now for this Los Angeles team. Letting Fionn Brown know there's no easy buckets in the Junior Basketball Association.
it has been tough sledding right now. This LA team, I mean, they have shown their capability, the capability to frustrate teams. I never thought I'd see it with this Atlanta squad. Not in this manner.
Travis Townsend says, check the ball up, Brandon.
What's up? What you want to do? We're going to win. No dribbles, just straight shots.
Straight shots. All right, folks, 8 minutes and 14 seconds left in this second quarter. Coming to you live from the Curtis Caldwell Center. We have the Los Angeles Ballers leading 56-15 over the Atlanta Ballers. This game is getting ugly very fast. This Atlanta team is going to have to make some big adjustments right now if they're going to come back into this game. LaMelo Ball is feeling it. Started off slow from the outside, but tonight he is scorching hot.
Well, he just stared down Big Jelly.
Marquise Reed unable to climb that ladder. And what we're seeing from this Atlanta team is kind of adopting some of this Los Angeles offense with Big Jelly laying back a little bit, kicking off the transition.
Oh my God.
But LaMelo is hot from the outside, folks.
Oh my goodness.
It's starting to rain threes in Dallas, Texas tonight.
AB, I tried to tell you. And I have to talk to Melo after the game and say, hey, was anything,
The crowd is, that was the crowd's fault. I can hear the crowd behind us yelling, Melo, keep jacking, keep jacking. All right, Niles Malone in transition, finding Greg Floyd, who's driving. Big Corey Boyd called for the foul.
You know, I'm not going to accuse Coach Douglas Byrd and this Atlanta team of not doing their due diligence in terms of scouting, but right now, I'll be honest, it does not look as though they've done a good job of preparation, as LaMelo Ball was literally on the opposite side of the court, as all 5 Atlanta players were on this side. I mean, you have to know where your man is. So, as we just see right there, Greg Floyd wide open on an out-of-bounds play. The communication, the chemistry is totally off right now from this Atlanta team. It's something that we're just not used to. So apologize if I'm being critical, but
Definitely, this Atlanta team doesn't look like any version of that Atlanta team that we've seen this entire season. One of the things, though, I do want to comment on, man, I'm loving Kashawn Mack's vision. He's made some passes tonight that have been very saucy. He definitely got some Lowrys in his game. It's seasoned. All right, folks. It's the second period here. 6 minutes, 55 seconds left to go in this half. Los Angeles Ballers leading 63, Atlanta 20. Coming to you live from Dallas, Texas, the Curtis Caldwell Center. Big Jelly, he's got the moves, the handle is going, but he just cannot finish around the rim tonight.
Fionn Brown just got caught with the, it's like a push in the back there on that offensive rebound attempt.
All right. Hollywood Ray, one-on-one with Melo there. Draws contact, unable to finish.
That's a good job attacking right there, though. Jordan Ray from West Hollywood.
Hollywood Ray is what they call him. Also known in tandem with Nigel Chaney as the Cash Money Brothers.
Cash Money Brothers, and the bank has been closed for them today so far.
Definitely started this game a little too late. Bank closed at 5. K-Mac, two-handed finish, rattles out. Nigel Chaney finds Hollywood Ray. That's the offense that we're used to seeing from this Atlanta team.
That was a much better transition play.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't one-on-one. He had his eyes up. He found Nigel. He just missed a shot.
All right, here we go again. Pass out, just out in front of Nigel Chaney from Hollywood Ray.
We have a timeout by Coach Doyle Baltazar. We got a 30-second timeout here.
They come back on folks. We got to keep pressuring these guys. Don't get sloppy. Keep your intensity up, okay? You dunk that, you got to make that, okay? Hey. Anything, Coach?
Push the leaders in 4 baskets in a row.
4 layups in a row, guys. Hey,
in a row.
let's get something going. Let's get a pick, and let's go get something going to the basket. They can't guard us going to the basket. Let's go. LA on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Once again, I'll say this every time, but I love when they come out of the huddle and they've got these simple words of advice. They have these simple words of advice for their team. Keep up the intensity. Don't let them get back in the game. Continue to attack the basket. I love that, man, because I think that all of these games comes down to intangibles when we start talking about wins and losses. And that is one of the things, once again, talking to Coach Balthazar about this Los Angeles squad and why they made some of those changes. It was because they felt like some of those players had good game, but just the intangibles, the energy that they wanted, the ability to just be a dog and going for rebounds and stuff that they just wasn't seeing from that previous roster, as we got Ison Butler out in transition with a flush.
Showtime, Ison.
Mr. 94 feet, Ison Butler. I wish Lonzo was here right now, because when I spoke with him at one of the previous games, he expressed that this Atlanta team holds a dear spot in his heart because he picked them. He talked about them being dogs and the grit that they play with. And I would love to hear what he would have to say to this Atlanta team tonight as they're down 65-26 with 5 minutes to go left in this half.
Well, he's not here, but I'm pretty sure he's probably watching right now. And I feel similar to Lonzo, because I was there with him at that tryout. I was covering it. You know, so I've seen these guys grow. You know, so I'm pleased to see that they're 5-0 and that they pretty much stuck together. Because, you know, since April, this is the same team that I started out covering. I interviewed all of them and have a pretty good relationship with the entire team. So I feel the exact same way he does. Obviously, I wasn't the one that picked them, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of bittersweet for him, because obviously he wants his brothers to do well. I'm sure he's probably rooting for the LA team, but he also, like you've mentioned, you know, has some form of endearment to this Atlanta squad as well. So,
Jello ball at the free throw line. All right, folks. Right now, we got Los Angeles 65, Atlanta 26. I want to see what's your predictions for the final score of this game? Does Atlanta get over 170 points? I mean, does Los Angeles get over 171 points as they did in their previous game? And does Atlanta come back and win it or make it close? Mellow ball and inbound to Jello, who jacks one, rattles in and out. Hollywood Ray pulling up from the outside. Jello in transition finds Greg Floyd. Big Corey Boyd showing why they call him Big Jelly. The saucy Euro step. The Atlanta team, oh, here we go. This is what Atlanta's known for, defense into offense. Uh-oh, Big Jelly's in attack mode right now.
You see, I'd like for him to do that because Melvin Davis is not in the game right now. So, oh, that's an offensive foul there. Good call in the ref. But Melvin Davis is not in the game right now, so that's exactly what he's going to have to do. And as soon as I say that, here comes Big Melvin Davis there. So. So we have a timeout here on the floor.
Hey,
all right. We gotta come together, bro.
Okay. Hey.
Folks, right now, we've got the Los Angeles Ballers leading 70-33 over the Atlanta Ballers. Coming to you live from the Curtis Caldwell Center in Dallas, Texas. This is a surprising ball game, folks, because this Atlanta team is undefeated right now in the JBA, 5-0, the only undefeated team left. And this Los Angeles team came in here with a little chip on their shoulder after going on a 3-game losing streak and made some or 2-game losing streak. They made some adjustments to their roster, and now they're looking like a force to be reckoned with in the JBA. As Big Melvin Davis was a block on Nigel Chaney. Looks like we got Jordan Ray getting up slow for the Atlanta team. Mellow ball from the outside.
This Atlanta team has to get some rebounds, and this is
all right. Big Jelly driving. As we've seen, this Atlanta team has decided that they're going to slow the pace down and let Big Jelly go to work. All right, Corey Boyd at the free throw line looking to cut into this Los Angeles lead. As the Los Angeles Ballers lead 73-33 over the Atlanta Ballers. My name is Alan Bell. I'm here with my main man, Brandon Williams.
In the flesh.
And this is a game that is filled with a lot of excitement, as these are two of the top teams. But it's definitely been very one-sided so far. Inbounds pass. Nice little lob from Melo to Jello, like they've been doing it since they were kids. Butler.
You know, that's not Isom's game right there. You know, this Atlanta team is really playing out of character. I mean, It's really hard to watch them. I don't really mind them losing. That's not the issue. It's how they're playing and how they're losing.
All right, folks, right there we've got
problem.
Ezekiel Elliott sitting on the sideline,
trying to get into the action. They might actually need him.
LaMelo Ball bringing it up, kicks it to Jello, pulls up from outside. Right now, this Los Angeles team is dominating the boards. Atlanta is yet to shoot the ball at the clip that we've known them to shoot it at. All right, we've got big Corey Boyd one-on-one right now in transition with Niles Malone, who does a good job of slowing him down.
Well, notice this, there's 4 Atlanta players in the other side of the court as Corey Boyd was trying to score. As you see, Ezekiel Elliott court side, trying to enjoy the action, I'm sure.
All right, big Demba Timbo subs in for this Atlanta team. Ison Butler driving. Xavier Johnson was the leading scorer for this Atlanta team. LaMelo Ball with the fake pass and the saucy layup. Definitely got that lemon pepper and that oregano in his bag. Demba Timbo bounces one off his own head. Melvin Davis, like some folks trying to get the posters going this evening, but we've yet to have one completed. No need to call the printer yet.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, if you're a fan of Los Angeles, you're definitely enjoying this game for sure.
Yes. If you're from Atlanta, though,
you're not.
No. You're definitely not snapping and popping and leaning and rocking.
Not at all.
After this one.
I've said it before, and I said it earlier. If nothing else, if Atlanta, if it continues to go this way, this is a gut check, a wake-up call, whatever you might want to call it, because teams can get complacent. I don't care what level it is. If you're 5-0 and everybody else is kind of, sitting in a certain way, you may not practice as hard. You may wake up a little later than you're normally used to. You may do shoot around, not take it as seriously. I'm not really sure. I'm not accusing them of that. I'm just saying these are things that can possibly end up happening.
I'll say, though, I know that they were up for this game. This wasn't one that they were overlooking. As LaMelo Ball, some stingy defense, letting Ison Butler know there's no easy baskets in the Junior Basketball Association. But Ison draws contact, heading to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think they said Melo got him with the body there. Thought the block was clean, but the body got him on that.
All right, folks.
Hey, let's be smart, you guys. Nothing easy, though.
All right, Los Angeles Ballers bringing up the court. LaMelo Ball kicking it down to Jello in the post. Jump hook, unable to drop it. Atlanta ball. 39 seconds left to go in this ball game. Coming to you live from the Curtis Caldwell Center here in Dallas, Texas. Los Angeles Ballers taking on the Atlanta Ballers. As Hollywood Ray continues to shoot it, trying to bring these Atlanta Ballers back into this ball game.
I would like to see them just close out this half. And not just that, but I want to see them with some toughness. Right now, they're absolutely just getting knocked all the way in the mouth right now, AB. I mean, all the way in the mouth as well. So at some point, there's got to be a gut check. got to be some pride that this Atlanta team has to play with, because, you know, LA is just having absolutely their entire way with them. And I'm pretty sure that Coach Douglas Bird, being the man that he is going to bring that up at halftime.
All right. Tyson Butler finds Nigel Chaney for the first time
Now
this ball game, folks, and that is the Atlanta style of offense that I've been talking about.
That's the Tyson Butler that we have grown accustomed to. Not right there on the defensive end, but definitely offensively. As
all right, folks, that's the first half. 84-44, Los Angeles Ballers beating the Atlanta Ballers right now. All right. All right. Check out the statistics right now for both squads. Rebounding totals, edge goes to Los Angeles.
LA with 51 rebounds to 41 to Atlanta. The turnovers are the tail of the tape. 18 turnovers for this Atlanta squad to only LA's 9, leading by 40, 84-44. LaMelo Ball is having himself a ball game. 28 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. The turnovers, only 2 turnovers. Corey Boyd, not as efficient. 13 points, 6 rebounds. It's going to take a lot more from him, a lot more from this Atlanta team overall, as AB the hero is going to have LiAngelo Ball, Xavier Johnson from the Atlanta Ballers as well. Stay tuned for the halftime interviews here.
All right, folks, I'm here with Jello Ball. Jello, ever since you've joined this team, they've looked like something different offensively. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I just wanted to come to the team and make everybody more confident. If they see me playing confident, then I feel like they're going to follow along. So that's all I wanted to bring.
All right. Right now, you guys are up by 40. How do you keep that same intensity going into the second half?
We play till the clock's hit 0, so we're going to try to keep running it up. And then by the end of the game, we're going to have a huge lead.
All right. Great ball game so far. Thank you. All right, folks, let's check out some highlights from Jello. Folks, I'm here with Xavier Johnson. All right, Xavier, this is a tough first half. You guys are down by 40. What do you attribute that slow start to?
Guess taking them for granted. I mean, we was jacking up shots early. We just wasn't running no plays. Just let them get long rebounds, and they capitalized off of that. But after this halftime, we just got to come together, come up with a game plan to win.
So typically when we watch this Atlanta team, see a lot of transition offense, and your shooters are extremely hot. How do you guys get Nigel Chaney and Hollywood Ray involved in the second half?
Well, we just got to run through our plays, just get them open, get the plays that we do to get them open and get them going. So we're just going to come out more efficient, more focused. We need to come out more focused. That's all I can say, just more focused.
All right, sounds good, man. Hey, I want to see y'all make this a ball game in the second half, man. All right, thank you. All right, that was Xavier Johnson. Let's check out some of his highlights and stick around for the halftime show. Folks, we just watched the first half of basketball here live in the Curtis Caldwell Center, Dallas, Texas. We have the Los Angeles Ballers taking on the Atlanta Ballers. Los Angeles leading right now, 84 to the Atlanta Ballers, 44 points. That's not the ball game we expected. What we did expect is Jello and Melo to come out having a decent first half. Melo with almost a triple-double, 28 points, 10 boards, and 6 assists, looking like a superstar. But what can this Atlanta team do to get back into this ball game?
Well, I think you heard it from Xavier Johnson there. Not just him, but I mentioned that Nigel Chaney was talking about it on the court. They got to come together. They got to play as a team, focus on what they do as Atlanta, do the things that got them to be 5-0. So if they can do that, can they overcome a 40-point deficit? That's going to be tough, but this is about pride. It's about a gut check. What are you going to do in the second half that lets people know that, hey, we just had a terrible first half, but we still are that team that was 5-0, so we'll see.
All right, folks, that was the first half of basketball. Stick around because I believe that this Atlanta team is going to show up in the second half and make this a ball game. Let's check out some highlights from the first half. All right, folks, getting this second half of basketball started. Here live at the Curtis Caldwell Center in Dallas, Texas. We've got the Los Angeles Ballers taking on the Atlanta Ballers. And through one half of basketball, this Los Angeles team is leading 84, Atlanta 44. LaMelo Ball, 28 points, 12 boards, 6 assists in the first half. Jello Ball, 23 points, 6 boards, 4 assists. This Atlanta team who typically we see come out making threes rain from the outside has not shown us that today.
Yeah, they've been pretty off, AB, and like I said right before or right after halftime, I just want to see this team fight. That's really all I really care about in terms of Atlanta. Show some pride. Represent the city that you play for. Atlanta. This is not what embodies the city of Atlanta. So we'll see what they got going on. Early on, and if they can answer the bell.
Jordan Ray with 11 points after that first half of basketball, 5 rebounds as he continues to shoot it from the outside. Knocked down 3 threes for Jordan Ray in that first half, but only 1 3-pointer from Nigel Chaney, shooting 1 for 5. And that's not his game. Corey Boyd, 13 points, 6 boards, and 1 assist for this Atlanta team after the first half of basketball. And that, folks, as you see right there on the sideline, the Dallas Cowboys showed up today in droves. Greg Floyd pulls up. Who's your favorite Dallas Cowboy of all time?
Now, let me tell you something, AB, in terms of people can say what they want about LeVar and this offense that he runs. But one thing that I can definitely say as Big Jelly gets the and-1 is that I was watching him on these last possessions. I was going back and looking at some of the highlights from the first half, and plus this first possession that they had in their transition, the ball barely touched the floor. It touched the floor 1 time per person. 1 dribble, move the ball ahead. That's what they do. This Atlanta team, I spoke about in the first half, constant dribbles, constant dribbles, beating the ball. You're not going to be able to do that and win against this Los Angeles Ballers team.
LaMelo Ball.
Nick Spike says Dez Bryant.
Dez Bryant. Is he still? I don't think he's with the Cowboys anymore. Is he still with the Cowboys?
Well, he's not, but he's just saying.
All right,
That's
okay,
his
all time?
Yeah, of all time.
All right, I got to go with my boy Emmitt Smith, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Emmitt Smith.
So you just want to give a shout out to your friend.
Might as well while we out here. Michael Irvin too, that's one of my guys. As we see big Corey Boyd driving in transition, Melo Ball with the quick hands. Jello from the outside. Oh, Big Jelly almost tore down the whole basket with that dunk. Hey, can I tell you something? Since we was talking about the Dallas Cowboys earlier, Ison Butler can play cornerback. His feet is so quick. The way he just hopped in front of Niles Malone, I know it was a foul called there, but he looked like a cornerback breaking on his slant right there.
I told you, AB, I tried to get the Ison Baby Glove experience before last game. We were out there doing shoot around, and I gave him some of my moves, and he gave them right back to me with that lockdown defense. So I definitely know what it feels like to be guarded by Mr. 94 feet Ison Baby Glove Butler.
As we see this,
it wasn't fun either.
Atlanta team trying to adopt some of this Los Angeles style of offense with these long full court passes.
Well, here's the thing with that, and, we mentioned, and I think you even said it during the last broadcast, when people try to play against Golden State and they try to put all these shooters on and whatever the case may be, you cannot out Golden State. The same way that, I don't care what team is lead, you're not going to out LA. This is what they do. They practice this. This is a system that LeVar put in for a long time. They've spent all training camp. That's how they practice, and every practice this way. So unless you're going to just scrap what you've been doing and all of a sudden start, practicing this way and playing this way, you might as well just give it up. You got to go and do something else. Play tougher. Look at what other teams have done. Look what New York. See what the Dallas Ballers did against this LA team to frustrate them to get the W. So.
I think you've seen that when these Ball brothers were playing pro over in Lithuania. That was kind of the logic behind LeVar wanted to switch up the way they played offense. Nobody else is playing us like this. So when you playing them on a short turnaround, after a game, you don't have time to prepare for what they're going to do for you, do to you. And then also you got to be able to run and keep the conditioning. I will say that is the one thing that I appreciate about this ball game right now. Is the pace has been ridiculous. As you see, with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, this Los Angeles team has 90 points, but nobody looks gassed right now from either team. This Atlanta team at moments has looked very defeated, but nobody looks gassed yet.
Jello ball. Nice putback there.
Yep, folks, and we're coming to you live from the Curtis Caldwell Center here in Dallas, Texas. We have the Los Angeles Ballers taking on the Atlanta Ballers. Los Angeles leading right now 92-53 over the Atlanta Ballers. This Atlanta team who came into tonight's game 5-0, the only undefeated team in the Junior Basketball Association, is getting throttled right now by this Los Angeles squad. I don't think anybody's seen that coming. We expected maybe a high-scoring affair, but not this lopsided. As Ison Butler knocks one down from the outside. LaMelo Ball has been the ultimate facilitator for this Los Angeles team for these past 2 games. He's driving to the basket, left-handed layup.
You know, I said this while LaMelo was in Lithuania. You know, he's 16 years old, and I can't recall, or I don't know too many 16-year-olds that operate out of the pick and roll as well as he does. He just has the knack to play and move in the pick and roll environment. And also he can make plays out of it. He passes exceptionally well out of the pick and roll. But you just saw what he just did, hesitation, finishes with the left hand.
All right, folks, as we mentioned earlier, we're coming to you live from the Curtis Caldwell Center in Dallas, Texas. But let us know where you're tuning in from for this second half of basketball. We want to shout you and your city out, man.
Rep your city.
Rep your city. Rep your city.
You know, that's fitting since, you know, the Atlanta Ballers are playing. So that's a little ATL.
ATL. Jordan Ray knocks down the second free throw.
You know, if I'm Douglas Bird right now, all I'm telling my team, I probably would have said it at halftime as well, I just want to chip away here. All right, just chip away. You never know what's going to happen.
Big Jelly unable to finish there as Los Angeles gets out on transition so fast, passing that ball up the court.
Douglas Bird is all over this official right now. He felt that, and he's just got teed up just now. I think the official had enough of that. But I don't mind that. You know, I want to see some fight from somebody, whether it's the head coach, whether it's the players. Somebody on this Atlanta team has to show up and let people know, hey, we're not about to get ran over, not tonight, even though they are down by 39 points.
Definitely.
Got to see some pride.
Got to see some pride. One of the things you don't want to see is players leaning over, hands on their hips. See, hold your head up high, young man. Get back into this ball game.
All right, let's get some of these shout outs here. So we got LJ, apologize on the last name, from Phoenix. Look at Douglas Bird getting teed up here.
Showing that emotion, that passion.
Indio, California in the building. Joshua Samuel from Los Angeles.
Eight seconds.
We have Darius Grubbs from Filer, Idaho. I think that's the first I've seen of anyone from Idaho, honestly.
Yeah, some Idaho, because we talked about Idaho potatoes before.
You did say, yeah. Well, from Filer, that's...
Oh, well, I wouldn't know that. All right, now it's Malone pulling up from the outside. Ison Butler with the board. Xavier Johnson finds Ison Butler in transition. Splash. Miles Malone driving coast to coast. Big Corey Boyd able to knock it out of his hands there at the last second.
All right,
Seattle
Jason
always tunes in.
Jason Skeen from Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
To Daiwa from Australia in the house. Shout out to our international viewers. Sandy Johnson from Lithia Springs.
Block and foul. Corey Boyd, a beautiful move in there, but unable to finish.
San Jose in the house with all
Corey Boyd
caps,
looks
AB.
like he's bleeding. His lip is bleeding there.
Hey, I gotta see. Look at Zeke Elliott stroking that beard. All the other Dallas Cowboys in the house. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. Are you a Cowboys fan?
I am. I don't not like the Cowboys, but I wouldn't call myself a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Well, you're from Florida. I mean, who do you root for?
And I root for. I really don't have a team, man.
No?
All my players. I'm one of those guys who has favorite players, and all my favorite players are no longer playing. You know, I'm Randy Moss, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. I come from that generation.
Well, you know, there is, the new millennium. So
Yeah.
we got players in this millennium now. So
You know how it is. I really play that football. So I don't really have favorite players
I got
because, you know what I'm saying?
That
I'm my
makes
favorite player's player.
I get that. That makes sense.
I will say I do like Aqib Talib, who is also in the game.
Shout
I like
out to
what he
Aqib
does on the
Talib,
defense
sitting
end.
courtside.
Aqib Talib is in the building. As Hollywood Ray is unable to hit. Marquise Reed starting transition for Los Angeles team. Jello from the outside, Cash.
That's tough right there. And I just mentioned earlier about how this LA team runs their transition. Not a lot of dribbling. That was very few dribbles to get Jello wide open there in the corner.
Beautiful pass.
This is much better offense. Much better offense from this Atlanta team. I like to see that ball moving right there. More than likely not going to come back in this game, but just figure out a way to play better. Uh-oh.
Melo. Greg Floyd with the rebound. Ison Butler called for foul.
And we got a question here. It says ZO2s, MB1s, G3s, or, which is the best shoe?
Definitely.
Now, that's kind of an incomplete question. Good question. The reason why is because the G3s have been revamped. Whatever you've just seen, whether it's been on some of the interviews that Jello has done recently where they've highlighted the shoe, he told me earlier, he says, hey, you got something new coming for you.
Oh, it's not, you're talking about the G3 Lux.
The G3 Lux. They got a brand new design, so
okay.
I like what they look like even then. So yeah. I guess they got something even more saucy coming, Mr. AB the hero.
We love the sauce over this way.
Hey, is that the first time I've really said it on my own?
You might be trying to jack my swag. It's all right.
I'm not a swag jacker.
It's all good. You can loan it. There goes Nigel Chaney from the outside, unable to drop that one. Melo ball. Dribbles it off Fionn Brown's foot, goes off the shot clock. That right there was when you take the potato salad and you put raisins in it, and you're doing a little too much.
Well, I think what he was
victim of that right there.
Actually, he was aiming for the backboard. We saw that last game with a nice pass off the backboard.
That was
Greg Floyd. That was
out of the spin move, though.
Yeah.
Off the glass. That was, if he had pulled that one off, though, it would have been a jaw dropper for sure. Sometimes we experiment. You're a master chef.
I am.
Got a lot of sauce. Sometimes you try things.
I am a master chef. I appreciate you pointing that out.
Jello ball from the outside. All right. Nigel Chaney.
Good job
Corey
of getting
Boyd.
the ball to the middle.
Ison Butler pulling up from the outside, unable to hit this time.
And I want to see this Atlanta team. I just want to see somebody dive on the floor. I mean, anything like that that just shows them trying to battle, and they're still playing with pride.
Yeah, well, we see Corey Boyd. Oh, beautiful one-handed pass. Jello unable to knock it down. We see Corey Boyd out here with the busted lip, looking like a warrior, looking like Braveheart.
Shout out to the STL, St. Louis in the house.
What they say, her and der.
That's right.
The hers and ders. Oh, beautiful finish right there. Unable to get it to drop, though. This is the moment for this Atlanta team right now. Los Angeles is struggling around the basket. Atlanta's going to make a run. This is their moment.
Well, that was a good push there by Jordan Ray. In the first half, the way that they were playing, I'm not sure that he or any of his teammates would have made that pass right there, but he attacked just to right off to Corey's big jelly board for the and-one finish. Fred Ross of the Carolina Panthers is also in the building as well, AB.
Okay. All right, Fred Ross, Carolina Panthers, stand up. Where's Fred Ross from? If you know where Fred Ross is from, let us know in the comments section. Since we got so many NFL players, let's ask the audience, who's y'all favorite NFL team?
Well, I know where Fred Ross is from. I'm not going to say it.
Not yet. Don't say it yet. It's a secret. Jello out in the break. Jordan Ray with the foul.
Give a shout out to my brother right here tuning in.
A lot of Cowboys fans. My little Kalen Steelers.
I got to give a shout out to my brother Raphael Tilley. He is a big Cowboys fan. I can honestly say, he's not a bandwagon. Love you, bro.
Somebody said Fred Ross is from the North Pole. I tend not to believe that.
That is incorrect. Good guess though, but incorrect.
Woodville, Texas. Is that correct?
How close is that to
Tyler, Texas?
Tyler, Texas.
22.
We got some Green Bay fans in the building. Arcila Vega.
Chargers. Don't hear that every day. Bengals. Blake Lawson says Brady versus the world.
I like it. Tom Brady getting up there in age, though.
I think he's going to play, if he wanted to, he could play till he's 50. I didn't see any drop-off last year at all. What's he doing, 40 now?
When it comes fast.
DJ the Antagonist says Fred Ross is from Tyler, Texas. That is correct. He played his football at Mississippi State. I know him very well as an Alabama fan and alum. We smacked him his entire career there, so. But
John
he's definitely
Rowe, New York Giants, stand up.
Cameron Gordon says AB played cornerback for Iowa State. That means he's got wheels, right?
Yes. Hey, if you go back and you look up that NCAA 2K, they had your boy at about a 95 speed.
Hey.
So that lets you know what we're doing as far as wheels go.
I can attest, I have seen AB run, not in person now. He's probably at about a 5'3", 40 now. But
Whoa, nah. I could right now in this suit
I've
jacket.
seen some highlights of him back when he was in, I don't know about that.
In this suit jacket, I could give you a 4'7".
4'7".
In a suit.
4'9", maybe. I'm not even sure you can beat me in a race right now.
Wow.
I'm just being honest.
Man, you underestimating what this is God's work over here you're looking at. All right, Niles Malone bringing it up the court right now. Los Angeles Ballers. Melo Ball still cooking from the outside.
And he says, count him, as he turns to the scorer's table.
Count it. 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Los Angeles Ballers 113, Atlanta Ballers 69. Not the game we were expecting when you put the Atlanta team undefeated versus this Los Angeles team with a new facelift. But this game is a little out of hand, folks.
It is. And I'm going to say it again, you know, with being down by a deficit as large as this, as a coach, all you're really looking for is, hey, I just want to see you guys fight. If we come back, hey, that's great. But all I want to see you guys is fight. So your boy DJ the Antagonist says, hey, AB the Hero was number 12 at Iowa State. Because he knows that because you played against the Sooners. Okay, and if he remembers even more, that's the game you had that nice little interception where you trucked about 5 people.
Tell him about it. Sam Bradford picked him off.
So our main man, AB the Hero, as Jello Ball with the corner 3, can say, I have intercepted Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford, Chase Daniels, a few of your favorite players. Jordan Ray drawing contact. Got one off Chase Daniels over at Missouri. That's what we do. It's how we get it done. But, folks, we're coming to you live from the Curtis Caldwell Center, Dallas, Texas. Watching the Los Angeles Ballers lead this ball game versus the Atlanta Ballers 116-69. My name is Alan Bell, a.k.a. at AB the Hero. I'm here with my main man, Brandon Williams, a.k.a. at Talking with Fresh.
Make sure you go follow my man right here on Twitter.
The man right
Instagram. Check out his YouTube channel as well.
Right, and also do the same for my guy, Brandon. Check out his Twitter, Instagram. He tweets with the best of them, I promise.
That's right.
All right, as Jordan Ray cuts into this Atlanta lead. They can't let him get that rebound right there. That right there, that rebound is a testament to the level of energy that this Atlanta team is playing with. He goes up with one hand, tips it to himself, comes down, and then grabs a rebound in front of 2 Atlanta players. This Atlanta team needs to adopt the energy that Coach Douglas Byrd has right now, as he's still standing up on the sideline, barking orders to the squad. And we got K-Mac, Long Beach, California's finest. He kind of got a little Snoop Dogg vibe. If he grew his hair out a little bit, he kind of looked like Snoop. Anybody in the comments right now from Long Beach?
Precicio Bradley from Columbia, South Carolina. Let me know if I said that and pronounced that correctly.
All right. Corey Boyd. LaMelo Ball able to get a finger on that pass. Atlanta Ball, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Kick it down to Big Jelly. Corey Boyd drives past K-Mac, but is unable to finish. LaMelo Ball still got the sauce going as he throws a behind-the-back pass to Niles Malone, who drops it off to Marquise Reed for the flush. Jordan Ray with some sauce of his own. We're going to have to buy these people a new basketball ring because Big Jelly is taking all his frustration out on these hoops.
I don't think he's going to stop until he actually pulls it down.
I believe he can do it. Xavier Johnson.
That's not going to get it done right there.
Niles Malone pulling up from the outside. Oh, man, and Melo Ball with the putback.
That brought the crowd out for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Young Melo,
check it out here. Melo Ball, cock it back, young man, and throw it down.
Represent for Chino Hills, young man, and here he comes again. That was just some slight work right there.
Melo Ball getting this Dallas crowd up out of their seats. Big Jelly still unable to find the sauce in this ball game. Los Angeles team playing with too much sauce right now as they're pouring it on. 128 points to 73. Big Jelly scoring in the paint, 75 points for this Atlanta team with 39 seconds to go. Big Niles Malone taking the page out of LaMelo's book, throwing it off the rim that time, getting his own board for the putback. This is the type of things that this Atlanta team cannot let happen. As we see Jordan Ray with some saucy dribbling. Nigel Chaney, a guy who hasn't even attempted as many three-pointers this game as he's made in previous games. LaMelo showing that he's got some bounce. Folks, how many of y'all would like to see LaMelo Ball in the slam dunk contest in the All-Star game?
I'd rather see him in the three-point contest, honestly, AB. That's just me personally. I mean, his bounce is still developing.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting up there, but we got some high flyers in this league. and he's talking to me right now.
What is he saying to you? Let us know.
We're gonna keep that between he and I.
All right.
So,
Bum, bum, bum.
but he's definitely got some confidence for sure. And that's one thing that I've always said about these Ball brothers and the way that they play, that if nothing else that LeVar has given them is a string of confidence in the style with being able, just playing so fast. When you play that fast-paced offense at such a rapid-fire pace, it's almost like you see the game in slow motion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right, folks. So after 3 quarters, the Los Angeles Ballers are leading 132, Atlanta Ballers 76. This is a ball game that we did not expect to see end up like this. Atlanta team, the only undefeated team left in the Junior Basketball Association, and it's looking like LA is telling them, hey, yo, your O gotta go. Top players for both squads, Corey Boyd, Big Jelly with 29 points of his own. Melo Ball, 42 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists, on his way to another triple-double. Shooting it at a very high clip, 50% from the three-point line in this game. Early on in this season, he was struggling, but the last 2 games since the addition of Jello has to be something with that chemistry. His shooting from the outside and overall game has just went to another level.
well, absolutely, and that's one thing that when we talk to LeVar, he mentions, as we see that the next game, make sure you tune in, Chicago playing this red-hot Dallas Baller squad. But one thing that LeVar mentions that his boys, they played better together. And you can just see, I'm sure that it's like the same thing for you. I have 2 older brothers as well. You know each other's tendencies, you know each other's strengths, weaknesses. It's almost like there's some sort of telekinesis that might even happen because you can just kind of know what they're going to do. So I'm expecting that as the season continues to go on, because it's only the 2nd game they played together, I'm expecting them to play even better, even faster, which is going to be very dangerous for the rest of the teams in the JBA.
And I would say, to your point, as far as them playing better, I feel like this is almost a testament to what we could potentially see if they can all end up on the same NBA team. When you start to think about if that works for these 2, what happens when you put all 3 of them together with Lonzo?
Well, the thing is that it's a perfect mixture. Lonzo, he loves to facilitate. He loves to get the ball out. Scoring is almost secondary to him. He does it. He can shoot the ball very well. But Jello is your scorer. He's the guy that, if you give him the ball, if he has even a glimmer of space, he's going to shoot it. Melo can do both. As we've seen here in this league, he can facilitate for you if he needs to. He can shoot it if he needs to. He can drive and penetrate, whatever you want him to do. So let's take one more look at this
putback here.
Putback right here. Oh my gosh.
Oh, get it.
And the crazy thing about that is that's not even the best one.
Yeah. The crazy thing is he's 16 years old.
Exactly.
The youngest player in the JBA right now, and is balling. Look at the score by quarters. As you can see, this Los Angeles team has led this entire ball game. 2nd and 3rd quarters, though, this Atlanta team made them a little bit closer, but that 1st quarter, them only scoring 11 points, wasn't going to cut it. Got off to too much of a slow start, but here we go. Nigel Chaney from 3. Hey, that is their offense.
I want to see
Ison
that.
Butler to
if I
Nigel
see
Chaney.
that, I don't care if they lose about 60 or 50 or whatever the case may be. I just want to see them get back to their identity.
Jello finding case, K-Mac with a slam. That's one of the things that I do appreciate also about this Los Angeles team is they play with a beautiful vision as they share the ball. As we look at Kashawn Mack throw one down with 2 hands.
Well, I'm listening to Coach Douglas Bird right now, and he is giving Corey Big Jelly Boy everything.
You have some pride about yourself. Hey, only reason why we got that last rebound because they didn't want it. We just sitting there and watching them to rebound. They didn't want it. That's why we got it. Shot went up. Everybody looking. Everybody just looking. Nobody bumped and go get the rebound. Hey, defense. Rebound. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
As you hear him talking about rebounds, this Los Angeles team is leading the rebounding totals 74 to 45. 74 to 45. That right there is something that has not happened to this Atlanta team all season long.
Well, he mentioned something as we look at the game leaders here. LaMelo Ball with 42 big points, 16 rebounds. Cello with 40 and 13. All right down the line. I mean, everybody's playing very well, but what he mentioned was something that I was saying earlier. Where's the pride? That's all I want to see. Too many easy putbacks for this Los Angeles team. No one's diving on the floor. He's throwing the ball off the rim, throwing the ball off the shot clock. You just can't let someone do these things to you without putting up some sort of resistance on your own. So at some point, whether it's in the next 5 minutes, the next 2 minutes, even in the last minute of the game, I want to see this Atlanta team do something to show that, hey, we're putting on for our city, Atlanta. We'll see how it goes.
Repping your city. One of the coaches said this one time before. This Atlanta team should take this to heart. You're playing for not only the city on the front of your jersey, but also the name on the back. This has to mean a little bit something more to you at this point in the ball game when we have the Los Angeles Ballers leading 134, Atlanta Ballers 79. When these games get out of hand like that, we got Cooper Neal who's joined the chat. Cooper,
shout out to Cooper Neal.
Cooper, if you're not in the building right now, then we about to mute you from the chat.
That's a famous worldwide photographer. Shot some of our games.
Yes, go check out Cooper Neal's work.
He also shot some of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders in there. Was it the
and some of the rookies for the Dallas Cowboys as well. All right. So we've got lineup.
Oh my gosh.
LaMelo with another thread the needle pass. Jello unable to finish. But here we go. Talk about rebounds. Ison Butler being guarded tight by Niles Malone. This LA team has not let up. They've got the lead, and they have not decided to take their foot off the gas since the beginning of this game.
Well, that's the way that they play. It's very funny. Some detractors or whatever, or even other people that say, we play from start to finish. That's really how, LeVar has instructed his boys, from as a young age. You play from start to finish. If the other team can't keep up, that's their fault, not ours.
Angola, Africa in the building. Tuning in from Angola, Africa. Shout out
to the motherland.
Niles Malone unable to finish. Got another shot though. These rebounds, this 4 Atlanta players around the basket. All right, folks, coming to you live, Curtis Caldwell Center. Los Angeles Ballers taking on the Atlanta Ballers. Big Demba Timbo driving with the behind the back pass to Big Jelly Atlanta trying to go with a extra big lineup.
Oh,
man. As Marquise Reed tries to put Big Dembo on a poster. Hollywood Ray unable to get the sauce, get the chip in the sauce with that miss. Corey Boyd with the putback. All right, folks. One of the things I want to mention to you all is if this is the first JVA game that you're tuning into, this Atlanta team is full of ballers.
absolutely.
This right here, what we're seeing is an anomaly. We won't see this again from this squad. They've got guys they got 2 guys on that team who are in the top 10 scorers in the JBA. They've got some of the best defenders in the JBA. One of the key components that they're missing right now is Ja'Cory Hall, who is a guy who's coming off the bench for them, playing some solid minutes. And his presence not being here is definitely being felt from this Atlanta team.
Yeah, he definitely would have helped AB, and I'm sure that this Atlanta squad is missing his intangibles. You know, he's someone that, you know, is very scrappy on defense, but he's also has some explosion on offense as well. So, you know, not having that presence is hurting this Atlanta team for sure.
All right, folks. Here in the fourth quarter, Los Angeles Ballers leading 136, Atlanta Ballers 83. Let us know, what do you think is the final score? Right now, the most points scored in a JBA game is 171. Can this Los Angeles team break that record tonight? Or does Atlanta buck up?
Well, they got 9 minutes to do so. So if they can hold them to not have 35 points, or 36 would actually break the record. That's all they got to do.
Some folks say 200 points. Do you think they can break 200? That's the question. Let us know right now. Does this Los Angeles team go for 200? How do you feel if you're the coach? You say you coach some middle school basketball.
Middle school and high school.
Middle school and high school, sorry. If you were coaching a squad, y'all gave up 200 points in a game, in a regular season game, a game that counted, you needed that win. How would you feel? How would you feel? Tell me about the emotional distress that you'd be under.
Well, it would definitely be very demoralizing. I feel more. I would feel some sort of way about myself to having that, allow that, especially if all things considered it was a fair game. Now, if I was undermanned and we just got gassed and, you know, whatever the case may be, then I say, okay, well, I can chalk some of that up to that. But right now, I mean, both teams have the same amount of players. One team is just playing better and playing harder, and the other team is not. Yep. That's kind of what it's really boiling down to is this Atlanta team didn't show up at all. I don't know who this team is right now. Yeah. I can't recognize them. And it's really disappointing to watch this particular effort as Los Angeles is just absolutely having their way with them right down from the first man to the seventh man for this Atlanta team.
All right, I feel like based on the comments, folks are thinking that this game is going to break the record. It's going to break that 171 point total. A lot of folks thinking at least 180 points from this Los Angeles team. My man right there got that shiny top. We missed it. The guy that showed in the crowd had a smooth little ball head.
Nice pass there by Fifi
Brown. Fionn Brown. To Xavier Johnson. Corey Boyd checking back in for these Atlanta Ballers. Niles Malone continue to shoot it from the outside.
Well, I told you from the beginning, he was trying to challenge me to a shooting contest. Well, actually, I kind of challenged him. And I won, of course, but that's just because I'm just a sniper. So, but he was splashing as well, so it definitely carried over to the game. He and LaMelo Ball as well.
All right, folks, this ball game. Let us know who's your MVP for tonight's game.
But that was good teamwork right there. You know, Ison Butler, he definitely could have tried to go one-on-one there, but he kicked it out. Not just that, but as soon as Nigel missed it, he tapped it right back to him, got the three. Nice pass there by Showtime Ison Butler. LaMelo Ball with the rebound and the assist at the same time there.
All right. Nigel Chaney, he's a guy who can knock it down when you get him open. And shoot, when you put a hand in his face, he can knock it down too. Just has not taken as many threes as we've become accustomed to him taking. As you can see, folks, I told you he's a shooter. He's a streaky, I wouldn't even call him a streaky shooter. He's just a shooter. Nigel Chaney, we call him the walking bucket. Ison Butler pulls up from three, unable to hit.
I don't like that shot at all. Douglas Bird is trying to get his team to foul right now. You know, he's got some subs ready to come in.
That's one of those things, though, that we see. That last shot from Ison Butler. He's down here. 4 other Atlanta players on the other side of the half court.
Well, they got 5 minutes and 51 seconds here in this fourth quarter. Los Angeles leading 151-98. They can hold them under 20 points here, then they won't have to worry about the record being given on them. But
coming live today from the Curtis Caldwell Center here in Dallas, Texas. Christopher Del Pozo says, you guys think too much of Atlanta. I don't think so, man. This Atlanta team is undefeated right now, has played some great basketball all season long. If you watch any of their games, you will attest to the fact that they are full of some really great basketball players. They're definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board tonight and really have a internal check on what they got going as far as a team.
Hey, listen up. Hey. Hey, let's finish up strong, guys. How much minutes left? Hey, 5 minutes left. Everything, let's finish strong, guys. Finish up. Come on. Finish up. You ready? Come on. Get into it, baby. Come on. Let's go right here.
Nick Spikes. Nick Spikes, you are the MVP for being a top fan, showing much support, and watching the whole ball game.
that's right. Shout out to all our viewers out there, those who have the top fan badge. Remember, to get that badge, make sure you're commenting, engaging in the commentary as well.
Xavier Johnson in the paint. Melvin Davis with the block, call for foul though. All right, folks. 5 minutes, 42 seconds left to go in this ball game.
Shout out to all the top fans. Kalisha Fondren in the house. The top fan badge.
If you got that top fan badge, or if you were in the comments and you're looking around, you say, man, how did they become a top fan?
Terrell Kennard.
Engagement, dropping off those comments, coming back.
The good comments.
Watching game after game after game. We appreciate your support.
If you're a top fan, go ahead and comment real quick, just so we can shout you out. We've already shouted out 2 of them.
Let's get
Cameron Isley Gordon.
Yeah, let's get that top fan roll call.
Roll call.
Everybody get your roll on.
Sevion Nugent.
Hello, pulling up from
Another top
logo. Sevion Nugent. Top fan for sure. Heavy on the Twitter as well. Niles Malone.
Now, I think Niles Malone is also showing off for those Dallas Cowboys, letting them know, hey, just in case this basketball thing doesn't work out, which I believe it will,
Yeah.
You got some space for me in that backcourt. In that backfield.
Big jelly.
Kendra.
Finally getting that
Shout
jelly
out
to the
Kendra.
toast.
Top fan.
Hollywood Ray finds Nigel Chaney. Step back.
Oh,
He's a guy who can shoot that thing.
Cash Money Brothers.
Coach Bird wants this Atlanta team to all right, big Corey Boyd driving transition one-on-one with Greg Floyd. He's got that left-handed rolling here in the fourth quarter. I'm a believer, man. I believe that this Atlanta team can come back and make it a ball game. You ever seen that movie 300?
I have not. I'm sorry.
Oh, you need to go see that. You definitely should have already seen that a million years ago. As you got LeVar Ball with that focused look on.
Shout out to Nick Spikes, top fan, and Nicole Eiffel.
And that
top
movie
fan.
300 was the Spartans. They had their backs against the wall. But they banded together like a bunch of brothers. And they took on the Persians.
Gotcha.
Who had millions. You know what I'm saying? Just how this Atlanta team is down by 1 billion points right now. The Spartans, they got together and they fought and they got back into it and they won until somebody betrayed them and all that long story. But I think this Atlanta team can do it.
Well,
the Chaney keeps shooting.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
I'm just, if I were a betting man, I definitely wouldn't put my money on that.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing that we both not betting men. Especially because we have a game coming up in Las Vegas.
Yes, that is correct. The JBA will be in Las Vegas.
Somebody says they're going to get the rebound record too tonight. That's one of the beautiful things I always mention is this being the inaugural season of the Junior Basketball Association. Everything is almost a record at this point. Every time somebody look at LaMelo still in his bag, cooking with the sauce. Chef Ball Yardie. Oh, I just gave him a nickname. Chef Ball Yardie.
Not bad, not bad.
Got that oregano. Oh, Jello loses that one in midair. Nigel Chaney with a 3-on-1. Kicks it over to Hollywood Ray.
Cash Money Brothers in the building.
2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this ball game. LA 159, 11, 161, 10 points away from that 171-point mark. Do we think they're going to get it?
Let us know. Just say yes or no, yay or nay.
The game in Las Vegas will be played at the Orleans Arena.
Pull up.
Pull up. And when you pull up, man, say hey. Say hey now. Hey, AB, hey, Brandon, you told me to come through, so I came. And then we're going to give you the biggest high five you ever had.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of BBBs going on right now in the comment section as well. Shout out.
Shout out to the Triple Bs. Big Baller Brand, our biggest
Sponsor,
of course. Shout out to Kevin Welker, one of our top fans, says, shout out to AB and Fresh from K-Dog.
K-Dog, all right. Somebody said this ain't Sparta. You never know. Could go down like that. All right,
Clinton
Greg
Williams
Floyd.
says, shout out to Fresh and my man, AB the hero.
I like it. All right, folks, we're here live at the Curtis Caldwell Center, Dallas, Texas. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this ball game. Atlanta Ballers trailing Los Angeles Ballers 114 to 163. Los Angeles looking to break the highest point total in the JBA this year with a point total of 171. Hollywood Ray doing some fancy dribbling. Driving to the basket, unable to finish. Kick it to Nigel Chaney, who's wide open. And he splashes. He shoots that thing. It don't touch nothing.
The issue is that they weren't finding him, or it was hard for them to find him early in the game.
Nigel Chaney with the block and the board.
Right now, he waited just a little bit too late to get it going. But what you're seeing from him, this is not out of the ordinary for us. I mean, we're used to seeing this from Nigel Chaney. As you can tell, he's frustrated.
Yes.
Right now, some of these players from Atlanta are kind of playing one-on-one ball, trying to get their numbers up, which is kind of unfortunate. Andrew Scott says, tell commentator Brandon and AB I can beat them both one-on-one.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't put my money on that if I were you, but hey, confidence is key. Let me ask you one question. Do you have that rifle on your arm like myself? Because if you don't, you better be about 6'7", 250 pounds. Otherwise, it's not going to be in your favor. I can promise you that.
The only how you beat me one-on-one is if you tweeted from LeBron James' burner account. Is that LeBron James, L.A. Bron?
What's up, LeBron?
Burner account? What's up, LeBron?
We see you in the comments there.
You're not fooling nobody. All right.
But the thing is, I told the players, I said, hey, when I get to training camp, anybody that wants a shooting contest, let me know. And they thought I was playing. They thought I was just being funny. Then they saw me out there stroking it from deep. They said, oh, okay, B. Will ain't playing. So, again, those of y'all who say you want to challenge your boy, if you don't got no rifle on your arm, don't even think about it.
All right, folks, we got 1 minute left to go in this ball game. Los Angeles Ballers 168. Atlanta Ballers 119. Los Angeles trying to break the season record for most points. LaMelo passes out to Marquise Reed, unable to knock it down. Melo with another board. All right, folks.
With Travis Lucas Griffith says, I challenge you both, AB, to a steak dinner if I lose. Well, the problem is I don't eat meat, so that's not going to help me out anyway.
Is he saying if he loses, he get a steak dinner?
I guess that's, well, I guess so. Well, I guess it probably wouldn't matter. But I'm saying if you just let us know, pull up somewhere. I'm always down for a challenge.
Foul there from Hollywood Reyes. He checks out of the game. Xavier Johnson coming in to replace him. This Atlanta team not happy with the way tonight's ball game has gone.
Well, they should be. Andrew Scott, you seen me play. I don't remember that one. Sorry. But they should be, AB.
They probably watched you play in that video. We were hooping in the Big Baller Brand warehouse.
That's not a good assessment.
When you're a real hooper, though, you can tell right away.
Well, they would have saw that spin move. All right, so we got 9 seconds. Can this LA team get the...
Jello shooting from way back there. It looks like Fionn Brown says no way. And Atlanta Ballers doesn't allow Los Angeles to break the record.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We have Los Angeles 170 to Atlanta's 123. Definitely not the outcome that we expected. All right, so we have LaMelo Ball with 48 points. Corey Board with 39 points for this Atlanta team. 24 rebounds, 14 assists. LaMelo Ball was absolutely having his way with this Atlanta team. Definitely not something that Douglas Byrd of the Atlanta Ballers is going to enjoy reviewing. LaMelo with 7 big three-pointers, most of them coming in the first half, but getting out that slump that he's been in is definitely good for this LA team moving forward. So we're going to have end of game interviews, LaMelo Ball, as well as Coach Doyle Baltazar of this Los Angeles Ballers. Here with my main man, AB the Hero. Stay tuned.
All right, folks, I'm here with Melo Ball. Melo, these last 2 games, triple-double in both games for you. Tonight, outrageous triple-double with 43 points. What's been working for your game?
I mean, we just got a solid team now. We got Jello, he can do everything. We got a new big, Mel. We got Keys, Mac, Lil Niles. We got the whole team, Greg. We just all playing hard now.
So now 2-game winning streak. What's the ceiling for this Los Angeles Ballers team moving forward?
Just keep running and keep playing hard. Pretty much playing ourselves.
Appreciate you, man. Great game. All right, let's check out some highlights from LaMelo Ball from this ball game. Coach, here with Coach Doyle Baltazar from the Los Angeles Ballers. Coach, 171 last game, 170 points this game. What's changed? What's opened up that offense for your team?
Well, we just, we got the new additions to our team, and it just changed our whole dynamic of our team. We got Jello, and just opened the court wide open for us, and everybody's feeding, everybody's eating.
So this was billed as a tight contested ball game. With them, this Atlanta team being undefeated, you guys came in here and basically blew the doors off. What was the game plan going in for that?
Well, our game plan has always stayed the same. We getting out and going. We're going to rebound the ball. We're going to get back on defense. We're going to use our energy and effort for 48 minutes, and we're going to play to win. So our guys did all those 4 components tonight, and we scored 170 points.
Coach, wonderful ball game. Great season ahead of you guys. I'm excited to watch. Thank you so much.
Thank you, AB.
All right, there it is. Hey, now you know it. All right, folks, beautiful ball game here in Dallas, Texas. We got another game coming up. Stick around. We'll be back.